Hey there, Internet. It's Monday again. Yeah, we've been relegated to the corner of really, really bad lighting instead of just sort of bad lighting, because it's night outside now. I didn't film earlier today, and I haven't gotten to plugging in my floor lamp yet, because that means I have to move dressers underneath my bed to do it, and I'm not going to do that since I have to leave again in, next week. So, yeah, you get half my face being non-existent. Is this better over here? Gonna change the angle a little bit. Is this better? That made it worse. Okay. That's actually not half bad. We're gonna go with this and hope it works. Anyway, so today what I'm going to talk to you about has been brought to you by my grandma, in a way, because she gets these emails that are really, really funny in how kind of the really stereotypical conservative views. I'm not saying all conservative views are like that, but the stereotypical ones, yeah, most of them are like that. And they're she gets them from people she knows and then sends them to my dad and me because she knows they kind of amuse us. But anyway, the latest one she sent us is I didn't think I had to cover this issue because I thought it was all done and figured out 4 years ago. See, now instead of thinking that Obama is not really from Hawaii, now that he's produced his birth certificate and has proven that, yes, he was born in the U.S., oddly enough, that's why he's president, then they think it's a fake, and that, every single government agency is covering up the fact that there are things on his birth certificate that don't line up with actual things, and I haven't really looked into all this stuff to see if this actually matches up with this stuff, but it's kind of what? Why are you still trying to make this be something that it's not? If that birth certificate was fake, someone more reputable than a random email chain would have said so. This is an issue that's done and over with. You need to get over it. Okay? There's nothing more simple than that. It's done. Not only would he not have made it through his whole first term, if that birth certificate had been fake, he wouldn't have made it to a second term. It just wouldn't have happened. Someone who doesn't like the United States would have figured out that it was fake and said so. In a way that, has very definitive paper proof. So, just stop. There's nothing to be gained from trying to get rid of him by saying his birth certificate's false. You're stuck with him for another 4 years. Learn to deal with it. Okay? That's basically it. You have, there's a whole bunch of different things going on with this whole thing. You have the fact that, let's face it, a lot of this is definitely racial. Because if Obama were white, no one would care. You didn't see people asking Mitt Romney to show his birth certificate to prove that he was born in the U.S. I mean, people wanted him to show his tax returns, but that's a whole different matter. People weren't saying, oh yeah, prove you were born in whatever state he was born in. Michigan, maybe? I don't know. I'm making that up. It's one of the states that starts with an M. Pretty sure. I know he was governor of Massachusetts, but I don't think he was born there. Pretty sure. I don't remember. He didn't win. But, he wasn't asked for his birth certificate. Ryan Paul, or no, that's my friend. Darn it! Paul Ryan. I really don't like them. They're too close. Anyway, Paul Ryan. Yeah, Paul Ryan. That's who he was running with, because it was Romney Ryan. Okay, Paul Ryan Nobody asked him for his birth certificate. Joe Biden, nobody asked him for his birth certificate. It was only Obama that they really care about. And what's the only difference there? One of them's not white. Okay? For all of you people that this is still a problem for, get over it. People are people. It doesn't matter what skin color they are. It doesn't matter what ethnicity they are. It doesn't matter all this other stuff that people keep trying to divide people up in. It doesn't matter. You're a human. Okay? That's what's important. And if you're a human and not, like, a psychopathic murderer, I don't care. You're fine. It's not anything that should be still happening, you know? Like all this progress, oh, we made so much progress against racial equality. No, you haven't. You're still doing things to our president, like accusing him of stuff that you wouldn't accuse a white president of. So stop. Now, just stop. That line of argument is getting you nowhere. Okay. Moving on. There's also, the idea that getting this to catch on will somehow kick him out of office, which you need more proof than an email that's going around where you don't really know where it's from to impeach someone. Like, there's a whole process to this that I won't go into because I don't actually know what the process is, but it requires, like, an actual trial and stuff, so that means more than an email. This isn't going to do anything. Even if by sending it around you get a whole bunch of people to believe that the Obama birth certificate is fake, which it's not, then, woo, you've done so much change, so much progress. That's really that's not going to make him go anywhere. So, the fact that you keep trying to get rid of him isn't going to help. You will help the country more by sucking it up and dealing with him for the next 4 years, after which you can try to get someone who believes more closely to you elected. That's how it happens. If you don't like who's elected, you got 4 years to deal with him, and then new person. Especially in this case, because he can't get reelected again. So after this, you're done. Just suck it up. You got 4 years. That's not that long in the grand scheme of things, okay? Deal with it. It's not a big deal. You'll be fine. Put your big boy or girl panties on and just go. Okay? Think we can do that? Think we can stop being 5 and fighting over who's in charge when we should really be rallying behind them to try and make this country better? There's an idea. Stop fighting between the parties and actually do stuff. Whew. No one's ever thought of that before. I mean, obviously people have, but you wouldn't know based on how our politics work. Because things don't happen if one party opposes it. Especially if they have a majority. It's dumb. There is a point to having two parties in that they look at the same event differently. But you also need to be able to compromise within those parties. You can't have doctrines that say this is how we think and this is the only way we think, because nothing happens. You need to say this is how we're looking at it, and then meld the two together so they kind of become one thing that works together. So, stop trying to get rid of Obama. You're not going to do anything, and you're just going to make this whole infighting thing worse. Stop. Be done with it. Stop acting 5 like you're 5. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was, like, how easy it is now for people to spread this kind of stuff, because, there's been some crazy stuff going on with other people's presidencies, because you have the whole wrong initials, JFK. They were initials. JFK getting assassinated. You have all the conspiracy theories that go with that. There's probably something with FDR. Wouldn't surprise me any. Like, most of the really big conspiracy theory things before the internet, there were conspiracy theories. I mean, like, there's a whole bunch around the whole JFK murder, assassination thing. But they didn't get around quite as easily as they do now, because people go, type, send, everyone. Because once you put something on the internet, pretty much everyone has access to it. So people can spread these ideas that really, don't always have a basis in fact, just in kind of someone's perceived view of something, and, like, there aren't facts to back them up, and people will believe them because some people believe everything they see on the internet. Let's face it, we all know people who do that. There's a commercial on TV about someone who does that, the whole French model thing, and it's really this guy who looks really creepy and just comes and goes, bonjour, and that's the only French he speaks, and it's like, you're not what she said you were, because the internet can lie. The internet can lie, folks. So, don't read everything you see and take it as complete truth. You need to, fact check it and stuff, so you don't, believe things that don't really exist. So, it's just so much easier to spread around things. I mean, it's true things too. Like, there's a lot of really great stories that get spread around on the internet that you wouldn't have heard of otherwise. But at the same time, it can be used to spread things and, like, even if they are true, if you're deliberately trying to harm, like, the president or something like that, or you're trying to undermine his authority, that's low, dude. That really is. Instead of continuing to complain about who won the election, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, deal with it. Okay? It's that simple. I feel like I've said that a lot in this video, but you just have to deal with it. Life's full of things you don't want to do, and if you don't want Mr. Not White person to be president, too bad, he is. Deal with it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have to deal with things that you don't like. Sorry. It's true. So, just get over that fact now. Move on. Try again in 4 years. So the whole email about the birth certificate thing, again, this is also something I'm gonna borrow from my grandma, is complete horsepucky. If you don't know what that means, guess, because I really don't. I'm guessing as to what it means, so chances are your guess will be the same as mine. But, yeah, horsepucky. It's my final word on it. So, yeah. Got my links and stuff down there. Email, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. So subscribe, like, follow, all that fun stuff if you want. If you don't, you don't. It happens. I'll get over it. So, yeah. All that stuff's down there. As far as I know, next Monday will be fine for video because I have a big gap between my 2 finals. So we'll see how it goes. My name's Juanita Diaz. I make these videos every Monday. And I will see all you guys next week. Not doing that hand because that's all ghosty. Peace.